All right, the New York Mets, they are on a 5-game winning streak after a doubleheader sweep of the Guardians on Sunday. And in that sweep, New York Aces Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander had strong performances on the mound. New York Post sports columnist Mike Vaccaro, he's got a new column about the two pitchers performing how the Mets and their fans have expected. Mike, as you can see, joins me now. Mike, how's it going?
Dexter, I'm doing well. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good as Mets fans are feeling right now. 5 wins in a row. Pitchers looking good, at least the Aces. There is, and I want to talk to you about that, Mike, because Scherzer, Max Scherzer, he was solid on Sunday. He didn't win his 205th game, but he threw 6 innings, 86 pitches, kept Cleveland off the scoreboard. From what you saw, has he regained his form after a rocky start to the season?
Well, I think what you saw on Sunday was the gritty version of Scherzer. I mean, he had a blister problem on his thumb, couldn't really locate his fastball at all, couldn't throw it without being hurt. So he went with curveball after curveball after curveball, and he still managed to survive. Now it helps. Look, the Guardians don't have the strongest lineup in baseball by any means, but he was able to get through on grit, guile, and the fact is that he was able to put these guys away with smart pitching. Now maybe you can't get away with that against a better lineup like the Braves and the Phillies. We'll see. But I also think that he'll be in a lot better frame of mind, a lot better shape by the time he has to face those teams also.
And that's what Mets fans want to see from him as they move forward. Now, for Justin Verlander, it was his second straight quality start on Sunday in the nightcap, throwing 98 pitches over 8 innings of work. Are we starting to see Verlander finding his groove here in New York?
Well, he certainly looked that way on Sunday. I mean, it was really a treat to watch a pitcher throw 8 innings. The Mets hadn't had that before this year, and it was great to watch Verlander pitch that way. He had one blip on the screen early when he threw a bad curveball, and Jose Ramirez hit it, toward Pluto. But other than that, he was dominant. He was effective. He was in complete command, complete control. We saw on Sunday was vintage Verlander. Again, maybe you want to give an asterisk because of who they were playing. But it's still a team that was 1 game away from the ALCS last year. So I think with Verlander also, he missed a month of the season, so you're really starting to see the kind of the guy that he would have been on, say, opening day had he had a regular situation and not gotten sidetracked with his injury.
Yeah, we will see if Verlander can be vintage Verlander going forward as well. Okay, so here's the money question, Mike, because it was a good day for both pitchers, but can both Scherzer and Verlander sustain the success that they showed on Sunday? And then how imperative is it that they actually do sustain the success going forward?
Yeah, well, that's the $1 million question, or really the $370 million question, Dexter, because so much of who the Mets are and what they expect themselves to be is based on the reality of 2 Hall of Fame pitchers pitching for them every 5 games. And that's a pretty awesome thing to have on your side, assuming A, that they're healthy, and B, that they're reasonably close to what they are supposed to be. Both of them have been up and down this year so far, so it's hard to be definitive, but certainly yesterday was a good sign of progress, and if that's what they're going to be building on going forward, I think the Mets have every reason to believe that that they maybe have righted this train, which only a week ago seemed like it was heading off the track. So that's of course, just another lesson about just the length of the baseball season and how it's impossible to get too crazy about things in May.
Yeah, can't get too high, can't get too low in May. Like you said, a week ago, things were a lot different for the Mets. Now they're riding somewhat high, 5 wins in a row. Aces pitching well. Mike Vaccaro, check out his column on NewYorkPost.com about the Mets 2 Aces. Mike, as always, good talking anything in sports with you. Good to see you. Thank you, my man.
Good seeing you, Dexter. Thanks for having me on.